Hello, everybody. Deb Calvert here to talk about something that's in your way and you may not even realize it. Because we're human, we all have this condition. It's something known as confirmation bias. What confirmation bias does is it affects our judgment. It keeps us from having clarity about the kind of information that we access, prefer, and use when we set out to make a proposal to a client, or even when we choose which prospects to go after. Confirmation bias works like this. You see, you already have a certain preset idea or opinion. You can't help it. You've been experienced and on the planet long enough that you have some influences that cause you to believe and think a certain way. When you have confirmation bias, you are preferring or looking for information that confirms the bias you already have. So let's say I am really in the mood for Italian food. And as I'm looking for a restaurant to go to lunch with my friends, I look on Yelp at all the best restaurants near us, and the one that has 4 stars, because it's an Italian restaurant, jumps out to me over all the other 4-star and 5-star choices that I might have. And I prioritize that one. It's the one that I recommend. I start to remember all the great things I've heard about that restaurant, and I advocate for that to the exclusion of all the other information right at my fingertips. One of the ways this comes through in selling is that we don't listen as carefully to our buyers as we could. Instead, we listen for the little something, the little nugget that causes us to think, aha, they do need what I have to sell. And we pounce on that one need even before we've fully heard the buyer. Sometimes they feel minimized or neglected because we haven't listened fully to them, to everything else they also had to say. Confirmation bias is actually a dangerous thing. If we're not careful and mindful to avoid it, we end up in an echo chamber, surrounding ourselves with people and thoughts that are just like our own. We might even tend to view extremely negatively anything that disagrees with our own point of view. We tend to think that opinions and facts are one and the same, and we get really entrenched in a confirmation bias. So, a word of caution. In selling, try not to get sucked into a confirmation bias. Listen more openly. Accept ideas that come from broader sources. Keep your mind open to all the ways that you can be bringing something fresh and new and different to your buyers. We talk about this in our book, Stop Selling and Start Leading, which is based on buyer research. And something that's noteworthy here is that buyers really like it when you bring outsight. Outsight means having broad ideas, going out and getting them from a broader perspective. So to differentiate yourself as a seller, create opportunities where you can get away from your own confirmation bias. You'll bring value to your buyers, you'll open yourself up to all kinds of new learning, and you will be more successful. Thank you for watching this video from People First Productivity Solutions. I'm Deb Calvert, and I really appreciate it when you give us a thumbs up or a share or comment on these videos. While you're here, go ahead and subscribe. We don't want you to miss out on any of the new content or tools.